I am very excited that my private detention bill was heard in the Senate. This is a bill that I've worked on for a while with constituents who have shared numerous stories with me about the abuses that continue to happen in our facility. It's heartbreaking, it's very emotional, and I'm really grateful that the Senate heard it, and it looks like it has some momentum and will keep it moving. And I just wanted to share my testimony with you. Madam Chair, Ranking Member, members of the committee, thank you for hearing this bill. For the record, Representative Lillian Ortiz-Self from the 21st Legislative District. And yes, we have heard a private detention bill in the past. The bill came about as we looked at what was happening in our state and across the nation with private facilities and how they ranked it as far as services being provided. And the conclusion was that nobody should be making a profit off of our most vulnerable people. And that is exactly what was happening. There was a conflict of interest. There were cuts across the board to food, safety, et cetera. And across the nation, every other country, every other state was complaining about the same thing. And we made a strong statement that in the state of Washington, you should not be making a profit off of the most vulnerable. And we proceeded with that. That bill currently is under litigation. And so as we don't know what's going to happen to that, we thought that at the very least, we need to set standards. We need to set standards to what Senator Wilson just mentioned that is comparable to what is happening in other public facilities. In other public facilities, we don't have hunger strikes. We don't have the, especially during the pandemic, we don't have people sharing one mask for 2 weeks and 3 weeks at a time. We don't have them being denied health care and visits to the sick room. We don't have them temperatures in there that are so cold that people can't sleep or operate, et cetera, et cetera. The food is not comparable. Senator Wilson, I don't know what it takes for someone to be so desperate that they go in hunger strikes, but repeatedly, year after year, that is what is happening. We have people so desperate and the conditions so bad that they continue to go into hunger strikes, continue to just give up hope because of the terrible conditions. And the worst part is that a certain facility in our state knows we have their eye on them, knows that we have filed to close the center, knows that we are trying to get in for them to prove us wrong. And there's been no cooperation. There has been no meeting us halfway. There has been nothing to fix what they're doing. They continue to get worse and worse, and we continue to have people in desperate need. This bill is simply saying, if you're going to do business in the state of Washington, you're going to do it with the same standards that we require our other facilities. You're going to make sure that the food is edible. You're going to make sure that when people are sick with bronchitis and can't breathe, you're going to let them into the health center. You're going to make sure that some of these basic human needs are being met, or you shouldn't be doing business in the state of Washington. We are setting a standard for our state that all people, regardless where they come from, should be treated with the humanity that every single person deserves. That is what this bill is doing, and I urge your support.